Hey guys, this is Danish. I'm back with our free community webinar sessions where we invite incredible guests, like Deanna, to talk about 4 topics: immigration, business formation, taxes, and general lifestyle for digital nomads. And I'm really excited because today we are going to talk about our favorite country, Portugal. And the best thing is that Deanna is Portuguese. So we will be learning a lot. Before I introduce her, I quickly want to share my screen and give some shout outs and share some resources with you. So please bear with me just 30 seconds. And here you go. I am sharing my screen. I hope you will be seeing it. First shout out I want to give is the visadb.io, which is I am the founder. Here you can hire global experts from around the world. So if you enter Portugal here, you're going to find Deanna's service. Do not worry if you don't see Deanna's name. Laura is her colleague. And feel free to click chat and you will be connected with Deanna. So no worries at all. Second shout out I want to give is SoulGuard. They are making products for digital nomads. So check out their products. They give special discounts to us, to all of us, to our community. So it's an incredibly awesome products. Check them out. Last shout out I want to give is to Safety Wing, which is a global insurance provider for digital nomads and remote workers. Apologies if it's loading, if you can see the loading page, but yeah, here you go. You can go to directly on their website, but I would encourage you to please go through our community, because if you do that, you get a dedicated support. You can connect with their customer service in our community and get a special treatment, because when you're going on behalf of 155,000 people, so that makes magic. And last but not least is our own community. I'm sure you are there, but if you are not there, you should join the digital nomads around the world. I don't know why it's loading, but yeah, here you go. So digital nomads around the world, this is our group, 155,000 people from all over the world. This is all about shout out. Let me go back to the screen, turn off, and let me, give a big shout out to Deanna. Deanna is an immigration lawyer from Portugal. She's been practicing Portuguese law since 2012. So she has seen everything. She started her career with the Golden Visa, which is quite famous. If you want to ask her, she may be the number one expert in Portugal because she's been doing it for a while. Now the Digital Nomad Visa came out. Today she will be talking all about that. As I mentioned earlier, she is a local. She's Portuguese and leading the immigration cases in Portugal from everyone around the world. So Diana, we are really honored, privileged, happy, excited. I want to scream, but I'm just keeping myself. Thank you very much. And how are you doing today?
So nice to meet you, Danish. It is a pleasure to be here with you, with all of you, and to be able to show a little bit more about our country and our kind of possibilities to come to Portugal and live here with us. So I'm very good, thank you, and hope this can help all of you to have the possibility to come to Portugal. Thank you.
Yeah, to be honest, we are privileged because normally Portugal is so famous right now, and get an access to an immigration lawyer like you in our community is literally it's a treat for everybody who's planning to move to Portugal. I would not waste a second and dive in straight away. Something happened in the last 2-3 years. Portugal is in everybody's mouth. Everybody's planning to move to Portugal. People in the United States dreaming about Portugal. People from Asia, Africa, China, Japan, everyone wants to move to Portugal. What happened? Can you share why Portugal is famous? Is there special things in Portugal?
We are a safe country with a good weather, with warm people. So I think here we open our arms to receive people, and that's why I think Portugal is so special, because actually we love to communicate with people and receive people. You can walk on the street and the people say hi to you for
Wow.
nothing, but just say hi. Or if you
Wow.
need help, we are here to help you. So
Yeah.
I think it's our nature. And
Wow.
in our these past years, I think this improved, because the center of the Porto and Lisbon, we we have a huge growth in terms of companies, industry, commercial activity, and the people wants to come. So we are here
Wow.
to receive them.
Yes, literally, you just made me excited, and I'm already thinking, when should I go in 2023? Because you hit the top spot.
Portugal. Yeah.
Beaches, weather, friendly people, safe for women, men, for everyone, food. I mean, come on, this is like a definition of heaven. So I'm really excited. Thank you very much for sharing. I will just dive in. Portugal didn't have a digital nomad visa before. People were using a D7 visa as a hack or as a workaround. But now,
Yeah.
recently, Portugal launched a digital nomad visa. Can you please share what is that new digital nomad visa and what are the requirements for this new visa?
So the first thing that I need important to refer is we actually did in the past, in before October, the digital nomad visa with a D7, and the requirements now are very similar. I think the government wants to separate the the people who want to come and work here, and the people who want to come and relax with some with the personal income. It's different. So the difference between these two kind of visas is, the main difference is about the income that you need to prove. With the digital nomad, you need to prove a higher income, active income for your work, okay, not for your rents, for your pension, dividends, no, just for your work, and demonstrate that you are able to work remotely in Portugal for a company outside of Portugal. Okay, this is the main difference. And with regards to income, I have to share with you that we don't have a clear law. Okay, it means that with this new law, the government establish an amount that the people need to prove, and this amount um, will be 2,820 euros. Uh, it's average first, second, for a period of 3 months, but we don't have sure that this amount will be for per month or during the 3 months.
Oh, the
Because
total, like, is it a total or is part? Wow, that's a huge difference.
okay, so what? And we don't have yet some feedback from the consulates, for example, because we already applied many times, but we don't have the decision yet. So it means that for now, we need to have a conservative approach and advise our clients to demonstrate this amount, the 2,820 euros per month, and not an average for the 3 months, to be sure that the visa will be accepted, okay, or not denied with this motive. So this is the first thing that I need. Very, very important to refer, and the difference between the D7 and the digital
Sure.
nomad. It's about the amount, okay, that we need to prove.
Perfect. So
Okay.
now to summarize it, if you are a digital nomad, you should not be applying D7 because if they will not maybe grant you. But the difference also is you have an active income where you're offering a service and getting an income. Is not a rental income, is not a capital gains or profit from crypto or something like that. Correct?
Correct. That's it.
Perfect. Okay. Amazing. So, Tiana, is there any other requirement other than income? Let's say, okay, I qualified, I brought 2,800 euros a month to be on the safe side. And what other requirements are there?
So, the same requirements that we have for the D7.
Sure.
At least for a long-term residence visa, okay? Mm-hmm. Because this is another thing that I would like to share with you. We digital nomad, we have the digital nomad for temporary stay visa, digital mm-hmm. nomad for visa residence, and digital nomad for the situation that it happened, some person who wants to come to Portugal and don't need a visa, for example, US citizen don't need a visa to come to Portugal, could be and stay here for 90 days. They can apply directly to the SEF with a manifestation of interest. Okay, with the same, but I think it's better to approach this later. Now about the requirements for the visa residence, okay, long-term visa residence. So the requirements will be the same. We need to obtain the Portuguese tax number because the person will work and reside in Portugal, okay. We will need to open a bank account to receive the amount of money for your work and for the minimum of subsistence that we need to prove for 1 year. Okay, it is applicable as well with this kind of visa. We will need to prove residence in Portugal. Okay. Mm-hmm. We don't know yet if with the same requirements. I think so. We believe, but we don't have 100% of sure again because the law again it's not clear. But we advise if the client wants to come to Portugal and reside in Portugal and apply for a visa residence in Portugal, they need to prove the residence. Okay, it's a kind of security for the client.
Sure. So tax ID, bank, and residence.
Yes. So then they need to prove, they need to demonstrate a travel insurance that cover Schengen area. Yes. And this is the main requirements, okay? Sure. A part of criminal record, marriage certificate for reunification family, everything. I could pass here 1 hour talking about digital nomad and the requirements.
Yes. Oh my God.
Wow. The main requirements.
Well, yes. So I think, yes, main requirements. And of course, the process looks a little bit complicated. And that's why you have a partnership with our community. So you can help our members, people from all over the world, to get that digital nomad visa.
Yes, to guide, to assist, because sometimes I understand that it's administrative thing, but it's important guidance because sometimes it's not clear and we have an understanding of a consulate different than the other consulate, and sometimes an external company that issued it's very complicated, and we are here to guide our clients, to assist them, and to prepare all the procedure, all the process in a smooth way. Sure. That's why we are working on this.
Yes, I mean, we're gonna be working for long term. So guys, just a quick shout out that Diana has an incredible pricing. It's divided into different sections. So if you just need a tax ID is just $400, €400 or dollars, kind of same rate right now. So it's not like you don't need to go through the whole price. If you just need a tax ID, very little price. If you need a whole process, of course, is a different price. So please feel free. The pricing is very kind of affordable, what I saw. We will be sharing with the pricing with you as well. But I want to get into the question and answer session because my people are really impatient and they want to ask a lot of things, and they've already put down a huge list. And let's jump right in, and we will go. And want to give a shout out to Mike. Mike, you're doing it right, bro. I see your many questions. So perfect. Let's start with Mike at the bottom. Do we know for certain whether the new DR visa does not require a lease before application? It's a rental agreement, I guess.
Yes, the rental agreement. And as I explained before, the law, it's not clear because we have different kind of digital nomad. And with the long-term digital visa residence for digital nomad, yes, will be necessary to have a rental agreement. Okay.
Sure. With this one, we are not sure.
With the temporary stay visa, yes, with temporary stay visa, this visa will be valid for 1 year. So for 1 year, we don't need to prove for at maximum 1 year. Okay.
Sure.
So we don't need to prove a rental agreement for 1 year. That's why the difference. Okay. And it's important to get this information because when we are talking about digital nomad, we have to choose which one we want to apply.
Sure. Okay. I think the naming has to be maybe simplified because people may get confused. They think digital nomad visa is one. So guys, let me tell you, digital nomad visa is an umbrella term which has 3 visas: short term, long term, and a third one I don't know. And so if you want to go for 1 year, it's more simplified. No lease required, and Diana will help you. If you're planning for long term, then of course there's a little bit of more hassle, but you also get 2-year visa. You can enjoy the beautiful Portugal. Okay, so do we know if the health insurance requirement have changed between the D7 and DN visa?
No, it's not health insurance. It's travel insurance. For the visa, we need to deliver a travel insurance that covers the Schengen area, the expatriation situations, and for 1 year for the long-term visa, it's 1 year of validity. Okay.
Sure. Perfect. Okay, that's good. So guys, just to let you know, if you want to get a quick insurance, Safety Wing is the cheapest. It's like $12 a week or something. So get that. Prove this requirement, and also having an insurance is kind of safety, for you. So I would encourage that. Frisco is asking, do you need to open a bank account to apply for this visa?
For the visa raise, yes, short term or long term. Short term, no, it's temporary stay visa, not short term. It's another kind of visa. And we don't have for digital nomad. It's temporary stay visa, and yes, we with the a long term visa with a visa residence, they will need to open a bank account.
Okay, perfect. So this short term visa you're talking about, which does not require lease, which does not require the health.
Simple. It's just to pass. A little bit time in Portugal, just to know the country and to enjoy the place, the cities, and it's different.
Thank you. All right, so I'll move to the next question. Christine's asking, what are the requirements for background check if we have not lived in our home country in about 8 years? It's an incredible question, and most of digital nomads have similar problems. So she is out of her home country for 8 years. And if she has to bring a background check or a police certificate, what shall she do? And so which country police certificate I would need?
So if you are in a country for more than 1 year, has to be the police certificate, criminal record, background check for this country, okay, of living for more than 1 year. Okay, if not, you need to deliver a criminal record for the origin country.
Okay. So Christine, this is the same problem happen in other countries. So just get one from your citizenship country, FBI report if you're from the United States, that should be fine. But if you have lived as a resident some other country for 2 years, 3 years, then you have to get one from there as well. And so thank you, Diana. I'll go further up. And now I'm asking Yulia, she's asking, what does it mean foreign employer, like the income coming from foreign employer?
Yes, a company outside of Portugal.
Sure.
Okay. And, yeah, just this. So you have a contract with a company outside of Portugal, not in Portugal.
Okay.
Otherwise, you need to apply for another type of visa.
Yeah. So Julia, is a great question. There's a technical question. It looks simple, but it's just technical because make sure that this company is headquartered outside. They should not even have a subsidy in Portugal. Diana, I'm doing good. I'm learning law as well.
Very good indeed.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So Yulia is asking you further on. Yulia have put down a few good questions here. So how long could the process of getting the Portugal residency after 5 years of living in Portugal? I think maybe she's asking about the permanent residency or passport.
Yes, after the 5 years residing in Portugal, it's possible to apply for the citizenship or for a permanent residence.
Okay, so is it temporary residency count towards this 5 years?
Yes, count, because you are living here. If you are able to prove that you are living in Portugal for 5 years or more, you have the opportunity to apply for the permanent residence, and you will have an ID card as me, as Portuguese, or a citizenship, and you have another passport.
Wow, this is good. This is good news. And Yulia is asking further, is an extension to her same question. There's an extension that while she's waiting for 5 years in Portugal, can she go outside for holidays or for some business trip?
Yes, of course. So this is a good question because we need to explain this better. So during the validity of the card, so the card, after you get your visa, you have to come to Portugal. In Portugal, you will apply for a temporary residence permit. And your residence will be start counting here when you have your temporary residence permit with your card. Okay, so after this date, the date of issue in your card starts to count your residence in Portugal. The first card will be valid for 2 years, and during these 2 years, you can travel, you can spend time outside of Portugal in 2 ways. First, 6 months together, consecutive, okay? Or 8 months interpolated. Imagine that you want to come for your country of origin for 1 month or 2. It's okay. But you cannot pass 8 months outside of Portugal during the 2 years of validity of the card.
Okay. That's that means 4 months each year.
Yes.
That's actually, to be honest, that's not bad.
No, at all, because you have the possibility to travel abroad, to be with your family outside of Portugal, and at the same time have your residence here.
To be honest, this is actually, I did not know that, and thank you for sharing, because we digital nomads love that kind of setup where we have a freedom at least half or more than half a year to stay outside, travel around the world, and the best month we can stay in summer, and our process of getting a second passport is also in process, right?
Yeah. It's
This
possible.
is brilliant. Portugal is doing good. I'm loving it. All right. So thank you, Diana. I'll ask another question. Chris is asking, does an applicant have to go back to their home country to apply? And again, 60 days later to pick up the visa?
No. The applicant could apply in the country of residence for a visa for Portugal. Okay, it's
Sure.
possible to apply in the Portuguese consulate in the country of residence.
Sure.
It's
Okay.
possible. No need
Yeah.
to go to the place of origin.
Okay. That's also very good. But maybe there is a little technicality as well that you must not be on a tourist visa to apply.
Yeah, no, because imagine a person that from Turkey, for example, Turkey or Tunisia, doesn't matter. They want to come, but they are living in Holland, for example, or Spain. It's
Sure.
possible to apply in Spain for a visa, a residence visa, to Portugal in the Portuguese consulate in Spain.
Wow. Okay, that's actually, maybe it's really helpful, I guess, for so many economic migrants living
Yeah.
abroad for work. So that's good. Thank you, Diana. I'll move on to this next question. Simon is asking, if I get a digital nomad visa, can my wife join me using the same application? That's the first part. Let's answer that, then I will read the other part.
Yes. Of course, for sure.
Oh, wow.
The wife and the children can also apply for the visa at the same time. It's possible.
Sure. Wow. And then extension to that question is that can she work in Portugal if she's on the dependent visa?
Yes, she can work. Imagine with the visa, she will be dependent of the main applicant. Okay,
Yeah.
but once she has in Portugal with a residence permit, with a temporary residence permit, this kind of residence permit allows to work and reside in Portugal. So in the future, with the residence permit, temporary residence permit, yes, the answer is yes,
Wow.
she can work in Portugal.
Damn. And Simon, just to tell you good news that there's a massive talent shortage in Portugal. So I'm sure you will find work easily as well. Thanks, Diana. I will move to the next question. Is Frisco is back again. He took a while, but he's back with a difficult question this time. Let's see what he's asking. Do you have to open a bank account, and how much deposit is needed? So the first part is easier. What is the second part? How much money we need to deposit?
The minimum of subsistence for 1 year. So it means that we need to prove the minimum salary for 1 month, multiply for 12 months. So it means that they need to deposit for the main applicant the amount of 8,460 euros for 1 year. Imagine that Simon wants to regroup the wife.
Yeah.
So they have to deposit and a half of this amount for the wife.
Sure.
And the children, 30% of this amount for the children, to prove the minimum of subsistence for the family.
Yes. Whoever designed this visa was good in maths. He divided. He cut.
So, but I think it's important also because I mentioned some amounts, but we are at the end of the year. So we know that at the beginning of the new year, the amounts will be, of course, updated. So it's not a big amount, but will be updated and could be a little bit different since the beginning of the next year. Okay.
Yeah. So I think so, guys. If you did not understand, so this is reflected with the minimum wage of Portugal, which is changing based on the inflation. So it's not going to be a huge difference. But I love Gianna. She's not like committing anything, so you don't quote her. Hey, you told in the webinar. So please don't quote Gianna. And also the law is, as she mentioned, the law itself can be interpreted in many ways. but she's a lawyer, so she can litigate the government. She can represent you. All right. So thank you, Diana. Let me go to the Andrea is asking. Sounds like it's very new. Have you heard of any visas being approved? How many have you assisted? Yes, it already approved.
Yes, we already have some visas approved with the digital nomad. Yes.
Wow.
I can tell you in the Portuguese consulate in London.
Yay.
Yes.
That's a great job,
First
Diana.
one.
Congrats. And yeah, and Andrea's second question as well, you already answered. So yes, Diana has processed and got it approved as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's amazing. Andrea, I'm just asking further that will they be getting a more strict with a D7 visa now that the Portugal have the visa option for digital nomad?
No. It's like now we have a different visa for a person who wants to come and work remotely here. The other type of income will be applicable with the D7 visa. This is the only difference. So you can come with another type of income and apply for a D7 visa.
Sure.
The same way that we did in the past.
Perfect. So yeah, Andrea, I also would like wonder maybe they want to strike, but I don't think so. They're two different. It's law. There are two different visa options available. So feel free to apply, and Diana will help you to get one of them. And I will be going back to the question, and I think I lost there. And can I apply in Portugal? Okay, so Christine is asking to clarify, can I apply at the Portuguese consulate at a country where I am at with a tourist visa, not a resident permit? So let's say Christine is an American and she is on a tourist visa in Japan.
They need to go to the origin country to apply for yes.
Yeah. Yes, Christine, I knew this because many countries do that. You have to be a legal resident in a country in order to apply.
Yes,
yes.
For sure.
Yes, but some I mean, I actually got it. It still works. If you know people in the Ukraine embassy, I applied it for Polish visa on a tourist visa, but it was a different thing. But no, you need to go back to your home country. Chris is asking, can I apply in Portugal? I think you already answered at the start. Yes, you can, I guess. Right,
yes, yes. But attention, again, because you can apply for a manifestation of interest in Portugal. Expression of interest, it's another name that usually could appear in some searches. But you need to be in Portugal, enter in Portugal legally. Okay?
Sure.
So, and a part of this, it's important to keep the information that this kind of process could take a lot of time.
Sure.
So more than 2 years to have an approval.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Yes. A service that we are facing a huge delay.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you lost the opportunity because imagine that it is a citizen from US. You only have the 90 days. Okay.
Wow.
And then if you apply and the 90 days expired, you need to wait until you have your appointment, your card to go outside of Portugal. So it's a tricky procedure, and it's very important that everyone understand that it's not an usual process. You need to be here, and you really want to be here and stay here until you have your residence permit.
Wow, thank you very much for sharing. This is very critical, guys. So because we have it's quite tempting. Hey, I'm there, I'm hanging out for a week. Let me start an application. Don't do that. Consult an expert. Contact Diana. So guys, I want to quickly share with you the special pricing for our community. So just to let you know, Diana and Lexity is an exclusive partner for our community. They understand digital nomads, and as you can see, Diana is a young lawyer like all of us. So it's a new generation of lawyers. They understand the needs of digital nomad. They understand where you come from, and they offer an incredible service. And you can see Diana is very friendly, and we love smiling lawyers. You know, and who doesn't love that? So there is a pricing, as you can see. Many agencies out there, they give you a bundle, you know, but here Diana did a very smart thing. She noticed that not everybody is looking for like the full package, right? Digital are not quite smart. They're known for their smart assness. So maybe they just want help to get a Portuguese tax ID. So you can get it. Just you can see the pricing here. All the pricing here. If you just need a visa, different pricing. Just want to open a bank account, as she mentioned, that it's quite a complicated process. So you may want to hire an expert instead of wasting your time. You know. So these are the pricing, especially for us. And I have a huge announcement here that she also willing to offer a 15-minute free call if you go with the code VisaDB. And also this pricing only you can get with the code VisaDB. Or if you go on VisaDB, she knows that you are coming from this webinar. But if you somehow connect her on other channels, you can refer to this code and you can get this pricing. Not only this pricing, but also a free consultation call. You know, just a courtesy of Diana. It's so kind of her. So Diana, I really appreciate it. And this pricing we will be adding in the YouTube video as well with the code. We will also send you in the email, so you can actually take advantage of that. I will be taking advantage. If you want to take it, please go ahead and do it. And 15-minute free call with a lawyer, you know, which you already know. You can see Diana is real, by the way, guys. I always repeat in my webinar sessions that this is not an AI bot. Diana is a real person, and she will help you. She will talk to you. She will take care of you for the whole process. And she's not the only one. She has a team. So they will take care for everything. So guys, we already took a lot of Diana's time. I think we already 11 minutes over. But Diana, please forgive me. Can I ask 2 or 3 more questions?
Yes, of course. Feel free.
Perfect. Awesome. So I will ask Yulia is asking, what is the size of taxes with the Nomad visa? That's the first part. Do we have to pay taxes if we are on a short-term and long-term Nomad visa, if you can differentiate?
If you will be here as a short-term, you don't be a residence for tax purposes. So no need to pay taxes here in Portugal. If you want to come with a long-term visa residence, yes. The answer is yes, because you spend here more than 180 days. So yes, more than 6 months, you will be tax resident in Portugal, and you need to change your address to Portugal. And now I can briefly introduce the non-habitual resident regime for the ones that can take advantage of a tax regime, a good tax regime with the lower taxes. So if you are part of high qualified professional, high qualified activities, you can have a tax, a unique tax of 20%, okay, with the digital nomad. We are talking about digital nomad, but imagine that you want to come with a pension to Portugal, the amount, and you pay taxes here, and you decide to pay taxes here, the amount of the taxes will be 10%. So, and with this kind of regime, we have another advantage, like you don't need to pay taxes for a dividend outside of Portugal. For example, you will not be double taxed. We have a lot of double conventions avoiding the double taxations, and with this regime, you don't need to pay taxes again in Portugal, or even if you are a resident in Portugal.
Wow. Okay. This is, I think it sounds good. Anytime I hear or my people hear you don't have to pay taxes, we like light up. So I think, are you talking about this? Is it like a 10 years break in that regime?
Yes, 10 years, yes, after the regime, yes.
Wow.
You can benefit during the 10 years, but this is for uh, imagine with the income from the salary. Okay, you need to be aware that the tax here in Portugal will be 20%, but this is very good because nowadays we know that this is a kind of a good tax
Sure.
to apply
So
for our
yeah,
income.
is there, like you said, if we are making a salary in Portugal, but if I am under that scheme and my income is coming from abroad, do I still have to pay taxes in that scheme?
Your salary is coming abroad, and but you are resident here in Portugal.
Sure.
We have to analyze the conventions, okay? And if you decided to pay tax, you can probably you can decide to pay taxes here, but we need to analyze uh, case by case. I cannot tell you an answer, a direct answer
Mhm.
now, because we need to analyze the conventions to
Yeah.
avoid the double taxation and everything. But it's possible
Yeah.
to not pay taxes here. Okay.
Yes. Because we know some ways digital nomads you're always trying to find. So
Yeah.
I think what I am seeing, if somebody's planning for a second passport, they
Hmm.
should get this long-term digital nomad visa,
Of
and they
course.
stay 4 months a year in Portugal.
Not yes. So for if someone wants to apply for the citizenship, they must be resident in Portugal for 5 years. And with the visa residence, long term visa in the first step will be the best option for them.
Sure. Because in 5 years, I can qualify for a European passport. I can take benefit of this 10-year tax regime.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also don't have to spend whole 12 months in a year in
No,
Portugal.
no, you can go outside for 4 months or 8 months, 6 months, sorry, or 8 months interpolated during the validity of the card. So during the 24 months, no 12 months. Okay.
Sure. It's a total, it's a combined.
Yes.
Wow.
The total of the validity of the card
Yeah.
will be valid, the first card, for 2 years.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
the first, to be considered a digital nomad, the main applicant has to prove that he can work remotely.
Sure.
Okay. But this is to be approved a visa. We have here two different stages: the visa and the residence permit. The first step will be the visa. And for the visa, we need to demonstrate that you will work for a foreign company and you are able to work remotely. Of course, if you come with your wife, after, when you are in Portugal with your wife, with your temporary residence permit, this residence permit uh, allows you to work here in Portugal. So the answer is yes. And imagine at the end of the 2 years, the validity of the card, if you want to stay in Portugal, and if the type of the reason will change, you can again you can request your renewal of your card with another request. So then you can apply, saying that no, I'm not now digital nomad, but I'm living in Portugal for 2 years and now I'm working for a Portuguese company. So the reasons is different, but they can apply for a new card in Portugal. Okay.
Wow. Simon said, "This is the value of the expert." If you would ask me, I would like, nah, she cannot, bro. But now we have an expert, so we can see that. So she divided the process. So getting the visa, yes, you need to put your working abroad. But once you have a temporary residence visa, that's not a new temporary residence. It's the same temporary visa for everyone. So which has a right to work. So your wife can work, and you will have two incomes, and you will be buying us drinks when we visit you. But sorry, I'm sorry, I went somewhere.
The wife can apply as well for the non-habitual resident regime. Okay, and if
Oh,
the profession will be qualified, they can take advantage of this regime as well and pay 20% of the
oh,
tax burden. Yeah.
oh my
So
gosh. I mean, maybe Simon quit the webinar. Maybe he's buying flights right now. But this is amazing. So Simon, not only she can work, but you can also take advantage of the reduced taxes. So you're gonna save a lot of money. So drinks and dinner on you next time. The last question Anna is asking: a worldwide taxation system for tax residents of Portugal. So be mindful for what you are signing for. Sister gave a very good warning. What do you? But if she has, like, what she's saying, that if I become a tax resident of Portugal, I have to pay tax on the global income. I don't think so. Is it tax?
no, that's why I explained before. It depends of the country, of the origin, and of the income. But we need to analyze case by case, income by income, because sometimes you don't need to pay taxes here if you are paying taxes in the country of generation of the income generation. So, but I don't want to be to have an answer or to give an answer now, because this is a question that we need to analyze case by
Sure.
case, not
Makes sense.
like
Yeah.
this.
So Anna is not a yes and no, but this is not it's not like you have to pay and there's no way, but it's a case to case. So the best thing is that you have a free consultation. You contact her to Diana. There's a link. So guys, I don't want to go because there's a few questions left, but I really, really am already embarrassed to keep Diana with us for 20 more minutes. But Diana, I really want to take a moment on the behalf of 155,000 people who are not here, but they will be watching the replay and they will be watching on YouTube. So I really want to show my gratitude that you gave us your important time and you answered with clarity, with friendliness, with smile. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Welcome. It was a pleasure to be here with you, with all of you, and hope this can help with your future, of course. And I will be available, me and my team, to assist, to guide everyone with the relocation processes to Portugal.
Hey guys, so just last 15 seconds, I want to insist again. So if you're watching anywhere, there's a link, you can contact her. There's no obligation. She's offering a free, quick consultation, but please be mindful of her time. Don't ask like for 1 hour question, but very quick, you can have a consultation. And we show the pricing. We're going to add the pricing. So not only the digital nomad visa, but remember, Diana is an immigration lawyer, a veteran experienced immigration lawyer. So if it's a golden visa, temporary visa, any kind of work permit, even for a Portuguese employer, if your company is hiring you, you can come to Diana. She will take care of all your work permit needs and get you settled. It's called soft landing. Her team will take care of you with everything. Or if you're already in Portugal, you just need a tax ID, contact her. So she's our trusted partner. She will be hanging out with us in the community. So you can always reach her out, and if you feel like you can trust us, trust her, and of course you already trust the community and me. So thank you guys. Thank you for everyone. Thank you, Diana. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And next week we will be coming back with another expert, incredible expert like Diana. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Diana.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.